What's going on, guys and girls? We're here playing The Witness. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. I'll probably address that a bit later. The basic thing is I haven't had time and there haven't been many games for me to do videos on. But The Witness is out and I'm going to do some videos on this. So the first one is a trophy guide. So what we're going to be doing is getting the Symmetry trophy. All of the trophies in The Witness are hidden trophies. Basically, this one is going to be unlocking the Symmetry Laser. Most of them are all about unlocking the lasers. So if you just head from the start zone, I'm just going to show you exactly where we are, just to make sure that you know exactly which one we're going to be doing. This is the very first one that I unlocked, and so this is the very first one we're going to be doing. So if you just head down this pathway right here, you'll end up at the water's edge, and there'll be this little shack just over here, and we're going to be able to unlock it. So this is the symmetry section. As most parts are, they start off really simple and they get more complicated as you get through. Basically, this one will have some sort of mirroring effect, so you basically have to mirror something throughout the thing. This one, it does it automatically. As you start off, it will do it for quite a while and get more complicated later on. But basically, they start off pretty simple. As you can see, you just choose one and you have to get to the end, and the other side will basically just mirror what you just did. You can't cross them over, and you cannot go through the gaps in the maze. So basically it's a line puzzle, and you go from here and you go up like that, and that is how you complete these puzzles. They slowly get more and more complicated, so you just have to start thinking about which way you're going. You know, sometimes you have to think about the other side, because you know the part that you're controlling might be able to go up, but the other mirrored side won't be able to do it. So you just have to try and start thinking maybe backwards, you know, left is right and right is left sort of thing, just so you can get it properly. And that is that one complete. And we're just heading to this other one. So I like choosing the one that seems to have the most basically gaps in it. So as you can see, there are a lot of gaps on the right hand side now, but at the start there were gaps on the left hand side. So you basically have to think about it in certain ways. So you have to think about look at either side to try and get through it. So this one has multiple start locations. I think some of them actually have multiple solutions. The way that I got through it is I started on the corner ones. Now for this one, what you have to do is you have to watch the left hand side, but you're actually controlling the right hand side, so you have to think about it as, you know, left is right and right is left when you're going through it. So it is a little bit confusing if you're not used to it, but you can easily get through it as long as you're just paying close attention to what you're doing. So once you get to the end of this one, the whole panel basically will fall down, and there is a little black panel at the back. If you don't know what that's for, that is to control the boat that you can unlock a bit later on, or you could unlock it earlier if you have already done that. And you just follow the cable back here and to continue on. Now these panels are slightly different. They're going to be going from corner to corner. So basically it's still mirroring the being symmetrical, but it's just not doing it in the same way. So you just want to go through these three panels over here, and these ones are pretty simple. It's just trying to teach you, get you used to doing it a slightly different way. And once we've done those ones, you can just head on to the other side, and there will be some more panels over here. Now these ones get a little bit funny, so basically just go through them. This one is a normal one. There's a bunch of gaps in it, so you just have to make sure you don't hit those gaps. And now this one over here, I recommend starting from the bottom left hand side. That's the way you can just go through it. You don't have to think about left is right and right is left, because the right hand side is completely fine, but the left hand side has got all the gaps, and just like this one too. So the bottom left hand side is the best place to start, because the right hand side of the puzzle, you can go anywhere, but this one is the one that's going to give you the shape where you have to actually travel. So once you've done that, you have unlocked those sets, and you can just follow the cable around. So this will just take you back out of the building and head you to the next section of the puzzle. So most of the sections basically have two sort of parts to them, or they have like a multiple parts. So this one, what you want to do is you just follow the cable out here, and it will give you the ability to unlock this door now that you've completed those other ones. So this one is kind of giving you a bit of the dot puzzles. So basically what you have to do is you have to go on all of the dots. Your line must go across all of the dots. So it's just basically reminding you this is part of the puzzle now. And once you go through that, you'll be back into doing symmetry stuff, but there will also be lines, the dots in it now. So if you just head down the right hand side, you'll find the first panel within this area. So what you want to do is you can actually do these panels from quite far away if you want to, but I like zooming in, especially for this video purposes, so you guys can see it all. And what you want to do is you just want to do the symmetry thing this time, except there are going to be the dots that you have to go through, and it's going to start splitting it up, so you have to think about your mirrored version and then your version at the same time. So these are the solutions for this one. These are some of the easier ones. It does get quite complicated later on, but some of these ones can just start tripping you up. So what I'm just doing is I'm just going through each of the solutions, and you guys can see them if you want. If you want to just go through and do it yourself, feel free to do that. If you just needed a tip or anything like that, feel free to just come here for any tips or something like that if you're getting stuck for something. But this is just how you can do it, and I'm just going to go through each of the solutions and mainly try and just teach you how to go through each of these before I actually do it, or while I'm actually doing it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go that way and we'll get that puzzle done. This one up here, basically the next one, what you have to do is you have to start thinking about, you can actually choose the top section, it would actually be easier, but you also have to just start thinking about it. So I chose the kind of the harder one. If you just chose the top left hand side, you could have done that without having to think backwards like I had to do. So just think about that when you choose which corner to start from. And if you just follow the cable along here, you'll find the next one. This one introduces different colors. So basically the one that you click on is going to be blue, just like it has been before, the light blue color, and the mirrored section is now going to be yellow. And so you have to choose which one to start from. So if I were to go over here and start in the bottom left hand corner, it would be blue, or if I start in the top right hand corner, it will be blue. So you just have to basically think about it as you go through, so which side you're going to start on. So over here we're going to do the same sort of thing, so we're just going to start here. So the yellow line has to go through the yellow dots, and the blue line has to go through the blue dots, and you just have to find your way to an end section as well. Some of them may have multiple ends or multiple starts. You just have to try and figure out which one goes with which. And black ones, the black dots can go on any line, so they have no color preference basically. So from here what we're going to do is we're going to start down here. You guys can choose whichever way you want to do this, and so you could have got the yellow line to get that black dot, I'm pretty sure, or you could have done it how I did it there with the blue line getting the black dot. So what you want to do in this one is you just want to do the same thing. There are a lot more black dots than the other ones, but you still have to try and make sure you get the yellow and the blue dots to the yellow and blue lines to the corresponding dots. So as you can see, there are possible multiple solutions for some of these. If you did it a different way, you can easily do it your way. If you see it a different way, feel free to do that. I'm just doing it the way that I personally saw the puzzle being completed and how I thought about it. So now just follow the lines, the cable over here. Now you got a pretty yellow and blue sort of turquoise line cable. And what we're going to do is we're going to head over to this one. Now this is where it starts getting tricky. What's going to happen is your yellow line is going to start fading away as you get through each of these puzzles, and it's going to get to the point where you actually can't see it anymore. So what we're going to do is we're just going to complete it like we normally do. You remember, you just got to think about it. You know, sometimes you got to look at the yellow line, sometimes you got to look at the turquoise line, and just make sure you're getting all of the dots. And as you can see, the yellow line isn't as bright and vibrant as it was, and in this one it will be even less so. And I was actually wondering, why is that? Why is it choosing to do this? And then I actually got to the point where you can't see it anymore, and I was like, oh my goodness. So what a lot of people have started doing is like taking down notes, like drawing it out and making sure you can see it. I like taking pictures with my phone, just whip out my phone, take a picture so that I can see exactly what I've done. It just makes it easier. With these puzzles, I didn't really need to do that. I just had to think about it really hard. You just have to really make sure that you're thinking about it. But a bit later on, you actually, you might want to start drawing them down or taking photos or something, just so you can have a little bit of a note. So this one, as you can see, you can't actually see the yellow line at all. You just have to think about it and think about which way it's going. As you can see, it was actually reversed up and down, and so you just had to go down to get the yellow one to go up. And this one is very similar, except it's just a left and right version, and it's also up and down, so the yellow one's going to come down when you're going up. And so you just have to really think about it in a way that will get you all of those dots. You just can't see the yellow line, that's the only trick. So this one, the all yellow dots, so you only have to think about it in the way the yellow one is going to be going, but you just have to try and draw that out in the opposite on the other side in the blue one. So now that you've completed all of that, that will allow you to go to the next section. So you just follow the cables up here, and it will have given you the ability to open this door. So this one is just a very similar sort of puzzle. It's just some blue dots, and you just have a blue line. So you just go through it. It's a very simple, easy one compared to what you've just completed. So you just want to get that done and then head to the next one. Now this one up here, you've got the mirroring system on 2 panels. So basically you have to draw it out on this one. This will be the yellow lines, and you draw it out over here. And then what you want to do is you want to draw the blue lines on the other one, except you just can't see the dots. It's going to be exactly the same positions, the dots, but it's going to be slightly reversed. And so what I do is I take a picture of that one, have it on my camera, on my phone, so I can see it. And then what you want to do is you just want to go over to this panel and try and repeat that, except it's going to be slightly reversed, you know. So you just have to make sure you remember exactly what it's doing. So this is what we're going to be doing. It's exactly the same sort of shape, it's just, you know, flipped over. So now we're going to go to the next yellow one over here, and you can just go through all of the yellow ones and then go through all the blue ones. I'm just going yellow, blue, just because it makes sense. So what you want to do is you just want to go like this, and this will get you all of the yellow dots. And then what you want to do is you want to go over to the blue one, so take a picture of that or draw it down, and then come over here so you got a copy, so you don't have to try and remember it. Or if you've got a fantastic memory, you can just remember it. And this one is just going to be reversed like this, so you just have to go up and across and down and across, and you're finished. The last one over here, it's going to be reversed vertically as well, so it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So for this one, I like starting on this side and just head along here. Yeah, I think you have to start on that side because you've actually got only the one dot on that side near the start location. And that is the shape there. Now what you have to do is you have to repeat that on the blue panel. This time it's going to be flipped left and right, but it's also going to be flipped up and down. So as you can see, the exit is on the bottom section, like the bottom side, instead of on the top side. So you have to think about it in that. So you have to think up is down and left is right, sort of thing. And once you've done that, you have completed it. And now what you can do is you just have to activate this last little one, the very simple and easy mechanic, and that will give you the trophy, and you will have unlocked the laser for the symmetry section. There we go, there's the trophy, and that's all I'm really going to do for this video. I'm going to be continuing on and doing all of the trophies as long as I can unlock them all myself. I've got pretty much all of them except for the last few. So what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to let this laser sit itself up and line up, and that's going to be the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have now been able to complete the symmetry section and maybe learnt some things about the witness. And now it's time for me to say see you guys and girls, and hopefully see you in the next video.